Hello, everybody. If you came back, thank you for coming back. This is Zero, and today we're gonna talk about Chicago Steppin. So I brought Shar here. We had other people invited, but I guess they had other plans. They couldn't make it, so we'll just uh we'll just talk about it. So so I'll let
Cool.
Shar introduce herself, and then we'll get going.
Alrighty. I am Shar B from Chicago, West Side, and stepping is something I know because I learned in my 20s. I was interested, and so I am here to support with this particular topic.
Mhm. So you're from there. So how long have you been stepping? Since you know, I mean, you know it. So that's why I kind of brought you in because you had some experience with it. So how long have you been stepping?
I really hadn't stepped that long. I would say the most, and the reason I say that because being from the West Side, there were no places to step. You had to go to the South Side. And things started changing in neighborhoods and stuff, and it just became more of a hassle to get to a place and get home safely. So I only did that for about 10 years.
Why was it necessary to get home safely? I'm sure. I mean, I heard like Chicago wasn't quite as dangerous as it portrayed to be now. So why would it be? Why would it consider more
At that
dangerous?
time, yeah, at the time, it became the crack era, and it was just a bad time. So
Okay.
it just really wasn't worth traveling from one side of town to the other, and when your safety was concerned late at night. Everything was late. So that's why I only did it for a little while. You really never forget, but as far as going out doing it in particular venues on the South Side, which is most popular, I kind of shied away. Just only, as far as today, only going out if it's a party, whether it's birthday, weddings, or whatever. But actual venue for stepping, it's been a while.
Okay, so what were some of the things you learned there?
Mm, well, as far as any names of the steps, I really don't recall. Um, but I never got fancy where it was dipping and going across the room. Never got any contests, none of that type of thing. But as far as partners were concerned, I pretty much had my own partner. We, came together. I did dance with other guys, but the feel was they were, more experienced. So did just some basic steps, but it was all fun.
Okay, do you know like anything about the history of stepping? Because I know somewhat about it, but I don't know like the whole thing. I'm like thinking maybe you're there, you may know a little bit more about it than I probably would.
I would say you know more about it than I do. I only was taught in the class how to step, but as far as the history, no.
Okay, yeah. I mean, kind of like I had like a friend in Chicago who like was on the South Side, and like like the way he learned it was way differently than like a lot of people learn it. Because a lot of people learn it through like the 8 count, and the way he learned it, he just learned it just by having just dance with people all the time, who knew it, showing them how to do it. So which I kind of heard from my teacher. She called it like the old school way. which I was like, okay. I said it's kind of interesting that they had like a whole different,
Yeah,
whole
I
different
believe
type
that.
of.
Just move on.
You said what was the last thing? I didn't kind of catch it. What was the last thing you said?
Oh, I'm sorry, it was a delay, so it's almost like I'm talking over it.
Okay.
I was just agreeing with you.
Okay. I mean, I kind of heard that there was a style of I heard like Steppin came from a style of dancing called bopping. Like, what do you like? How much do you know about that style of dancing?
Bopping, you know, the only way I can really describe that is it's a old looking dance. It's like a dip type thing. It look like a '60s type of thing. If you can kind of picture that, more arm movement and more dipping. And as far as bopping, just that term, it does sound like you're kind of bopping. It's just like your body moves a little bit different than a flow of just a regular stepping. Um, and as far as the footwork, what I remember, it was nothing that you can really, it seemed like it was made up almost. It was really different, but that
Yeah.
interested in. I just call that type of dance people that was more experienced. That's the way I looked at it.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I never really heard too much about it. I mean, I heard like that was like how it, where the style came from, popping. Because I remember when I showed my teacher a video of my friend, like Stephanie, she's like, oh, that's bopping. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize that's what it was.
Mm.
But and when I told her about it, about like how he learned how to dance, like, oh yeah, that's the old school way. That's what she told me. That's how I knew. But and like my teacher,
Okay.
my teacher,
Yeah.
she actually is from the west side of Chicago too.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So she learns. She, of course, when even when you're mad at something, you're always still learning because if you ain't learning, you ain't really growing. So as
That's true.
far as that, yeah. So you say you stepped over a period of time. Like, what are your favorite memories of stepping? I don't know if you.
I would say learning in class. That was most memorable because I was tired of the beginning where they had us to slide up, slide back. And I think that was maybe like two or three classes. And I think about the second class, I'm like, I am bored. I can't take this anymore. So, some kind of way I ventured off. And the male instructor saw me and he grabbed my hand and started dancing with me. And then he started teasing me because he was saying, "You got it." He said, "I seen you over there. You got it." And so he teased me and I got embarrassed and I lost the footing and I don't know what I ended up doing once he turned me around. But um, that was most memorable because it was like I knew already what to do. I just kind of needed the count and know when to turn because I didn't, as far as the hand signal. The strange thing is, if I wasn't ready to turn when the guy motioned me to turn, I wouldn't turn. It's like I'm not ready yet.
Yeah,
And I have had a couple of partners in class like that actually were like, you were supposed to turn. And I'm like, I know, I just wasn't ready.
Those signals are very important. My teacher, but my teacher really be always like, yeah, if you ain't seen her, she could go off and do her own thing.
That's
Yeah,
true because the guys are the leaders.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like more I looked at it like Steppin, I was like, this, this actually could be symbolic of an actual relationship, cause like the guy
Mm,
has to lead and the woman has to follow. Like, and if y'all not working together, then nothing doesn't work. Y'all be falling over each other.
that's true. And also, what I've
Yeah, cause
noticed
leading.
in my recommendations. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I finished after you.
Okay. I was going to say in my recommendations on YouTube, um, I think from watching maybe a video or so of yours, um, just in the algorithm, I got a recommendation to watch this video that was stepping, but it was on roller skates.
Hmm.
And it was so cool. And I just found myself so amazed watching it because the movements were there. You see the guy is leading the woman. You see how she's flowing right with him. And it was just so beautiful. And unfortunately, I didn't subscribe. So I'm going to have to go back in my history and find it and share it because it's beautiful. And it wasn't old, it's something that's going on. They have contests, and it's really cool. And I think you would be interested in it.
Yeah, skate. Different how to dance on skates is like way different than actually dancing because you have to really, it's like kind of like you have to learn how to, like skate, forwards and backwards and all that. So you have to know how to really, maneuver on the skates in order to really, to do the dances or
Hmm.
whatever. So if you're not doing that, then yeah, it's gonna be really hard. Even if you know how to dance without the skates, it's a totally different thing once you get on skates. And I found that out the hard way.
Yeah, yeah, it's really
But
amazing though. It's beautiful to watch.
yeah, yeah, and like I think about Steph and I'm gonna check that out and maybe I'm gonna get back to that one, but I was thinking about like I heard like in Steph they had like something called like playing like where they act like they about to do something, then they'll stop it and it's like kind of like they'll like kind of like tease you with the it's kind of like teasing, but I guess playing like the appropriate word for it, like where you about to be signaling for something, and then they stop it, and then it's kind of like bring you back or whatever the case is, like they'll stop you and push you, take you somewhere else or whatever. But it was kind of interesting, but I think that's probably more advanced though. You kind of gotta really know what you're doing or whatever. And I think like far as like all right guys, you gotta really know how to I guess like pretty much like as a lead, it's like I think like one of the things I kind of like trying to understand like how the woman moves because like they say like guys have these certain steps and women have these certain steps. So it's like kind of trying to figure out, you know, what, what moves can I do if I'm trying to, change her in a certain direction instead of like just doing the basic up and down stroll and like certain moves that that will that you learn, like you're trying to, change it up in certain ways, if you don't know which way she gonna move,
Uh-huh.
you're trying to switch her in different directions, then it's just like if you don't know the way she's moving, then you could probably, end up maybe trip her up or something like that. I don't know, but just it'll probably throw her off or something like that. So it's just I'm trying,
Mm.
it's just like that's something I would have to, really learn so I can get an idea of how I can move female. Like I have ideas like about how I want to move around doing new stuff. As far as like different types of turns and all that. I can get a good general idea of how she she can move and this won't if this will align with the movements that she's already doing, so I don't throw her off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember we talked about walking as well, like the step and slow dance. I remember I had learned it in Little Rock last year. Went to the Crush and Cream that last year. It was, it was actually kind of easy to learn. It's just like, just trying to, say what I think it's like just sometimes like you have to remember how it is. The simple movements is just like, trying to remember like how slow I need to go and all that thing, just the pace. That's the only thing I need to worry about. So if I
Okay.
get a pace together, I mean, it's just pretty much good. Like I met a guy at shoulder that he was like, oh yeah, he thought they joke. He was like, yeah, so that it's okay. Now he's like, yeah, go ahead, fall asleep. You like put your head on the shoulder like you act like you sleep. I was good. I was like, it was just funny way of doing it,
Wow.
you know. I mean, just making it
Mhm.
making it making it fun.
Uh-huh.
Cause I know my teachers like telling me like, yeah, if you give a woman good, it's like women don't, it's like you can do all the fancy moves you want to, but you can't give her a good dance, then she ain't gonna really do want to dance with you. So it's like even if you do like some days where you give her a good dance, like women will always want to dance with you, and I've actually seen that firsthand. Like I remember first time really seeing women like really were really enjoyed it was at the Crush and Cream. I remember like I would get them a good dance like that first time like I ain't I wasn't doing all the fan stuff and all that, but I was giving them a good dance and and pretty much they want anyone to stay on the dance floor. I'm like okay, give you another dance then. I mean sometimes I have women like pull me up like say hey, I want to dance with you. They pull me out there like yeah I want to dance with you. I'm like okay all right let's dance. It's cool. Or I'll see like let me say I want to dance with you tonight. Yes, okay. I say you're dead. I got you. Cause I know like will be like it's not, I know what people say like yeah it's like not enough guys dancing so like you may have to dance with like a lot of women because a lot of guys ain't a lot of guys don't really like to dance. I guess I think it might be maybe because they think it's too feminine or whatever the case may be, or maybe they don't think maybe they're afraid they're getting laughed at or something. I don't know what the case is usually, but might be a mixture of it or maybe something else. But as far as
Yeah.
that, I was like saying, yeah, women need more guys to
Yeah.
dance with. But I mean, I was wondering, did you ever have that problem with like not having enough guys back then dancing, or you just had, or because like where it started, you had abundance of guys like ready to dance.
Um, it was less. Um,
Yeah,
it wasn't very noticeable, but we did have less guys because enjoyed people that were older than me anyway. I was in my 20s, they were in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. So they were out, and it was nothing to, for a couple of guys just hanging out, wanted to help out in the class and dance with the ladies. So that wasn't a problem. And then going out, me personally, I always had my partner with me. So, I had someone to dance with. So as far as mentioning why there's less males now, it's a lot to do with the music. Um, there are men in their 20s and 30s might would be interested in dancing, but they don't hear the music. You can't listen to Little Wayne and music like that. That's nothing to dance to, and
right.
most music on the radio is nothing to dance to. That's the other thing. So if they don't hear the music, then only beat they got is the one where they just bob the head up and down. That's it. That's their dancing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I mean, I kind of heard like, that I mean, even though, people don't look favorable on them right now, they say like R. Kelly kind of kept the step movement kind of going with the music. You have songs, you have songs out there. I think like when he did Steppin' or Love, he actually had steppers out there, dancing.
Yeah. He dedicated at least one song per album. And were pretty much shot on the south side of Chicago, because again, that is where it's celebrated more. And he did, keep it going. I don't think he had anything maybe in what last 3 years. Not for certain, but he kept it going. And I haven't heard anything, and I don't happen to listen to the radio, so I'm not sure what's out there on the regular radio. But yeah, I don't hear a lot about stepping. I know where to go for it. There
Yeah,
are some lounges on the south side that still have it, but um, as far as anything big, I haven't heard of anything. And they play the oldies.
yeah. I'm like, as far as like stepping songs, I kind of hear, I think it's Sam Chapman or something like that, who somebody usually like play a lot of,
Hmm.
you like make a lot of stepping songs and all that for everyone. Or
Yeah,
stepping songs too.
yeah, that's a popular name, Sam Chapman. Uh-huh.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I got the name right or not. But
Yeah, yeah. There's
yeah,
a few
so
songs. I'm sure they can pull to dance, but just nowadays it's just really not any music that you can use. That's on, I guess you would call it the top 10 list or the top 20 list. Just
oh
not
yeah,
out
yeah,
there.
yeah. I've seen like is it like some songs like DJs mix to make it like stepping songs like the I say one DJ I've really heard a lot about as far as the stepping community, like as far as like what I've been told about is like DJ Shorty Smooth. Yeah, so he does a lot
Oh,
of
okay.
he does a lot of mixes for stepping.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I think he came to Nashville in August. I don't know if he came this year. I know he definitely came last year. And I remember when I went to Huntsville last year for that Steppin' Peak event. I was actually I found out. I mean when my teacher told me like, oh yeah, you dance with Short Smooth ex-wife or something like that. I didn't know I was dancing with him. Like I mean, but then again, I don't really keep up with, that. I just learned to dance. Like I only think I can keep up with a lot of the dancing, there. Like so I don't so like if somebody famous in dancing, I don't know. I mean, let's see. I was trying. Man, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't like to. I mean, I don't like to look up other people because I feel like I might accidentally try to imitate what they doing. I mean, I'll watch it and then I do just to just see just like just like the movements and everything. If I think it's uh beautiful or something like that, I'll just I'll just do that. But but as far as like knowing who the big time steppers is, I don't know none of them. I think like last year my teacher introduced me to a couple that like won like the stepping championship, something like that. They was like Drew, they was known as a phenom, and I guess it's like I don't know if his girlfriend or wife or whatever, Taylor, it's known as Taylor Made. And I was like, oh, okay. They came from Detroit. They're from Detroit. So like when I met them, like I didn't know who they were. I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, they're like, oh yeah, they're big time people. But my teacher's good friends with them. So it was just like, I was like, everybody else was like, oh man, they were so enamored by them, but I didn't know who they were. But
Yeah,
as far as that, I was like, yeah, well, I don't know who they are, but uh, maybe maybe they
and it's so nice to
everybody else
travel.
know who they are. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like as far as competition,
Yeah, I think it's so
I
cool to
just
travel.
like oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Traveling different places and meeting other dancers. It's pretty fun because you get to meet new people and you get to you know feel them. They might even learn some stuff while you there. Because I know there was little I learned a lot. I think I was like talk of the town there. They would love me. People that love me were like, yeah,
Uh-huh. You put it on them,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. It was like one guy who was one who told us that did the walk told like about going to sleep and all that. He was like, he would see me out there because I mean, I wouldn't just step, but I do like the freestyle. I normally do the certain songs because I just be feeling it. And he was like, yeah. He's like, come on, dance machine, come on, dance machine. I was like, oh man, you just. I was all right, here I
All
come.
right.
That's all right, here I come.
Dance machine. All right.
Yeah, I remember when I first met him. It was like, matter of fact, it was like the first time I actually went to a stepping set, and that's like how I met my teacher. Because I was actually looking like for a partner dance to learn. And I tried to go over to salsa community. They seemed like they were very, very, very inclusive. So like you didn't know how to do it, they ain't want to dance with you. Wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But if like stepping, you kind of, it's kind of like, a little more laid back. Yeah, know how to step cool. If you don't, they kind of, some people kind of work with it. Other people, yeah, accept there, like ain't no point dancing. Um,
Uh, oh
yeah,
yeah.
because all they know how to do is just step. So, so yeah, you with
Hmm.
that, like it was, it was really fun. Matter of fact, like the first time we went there, I think most people there thought I already knew how to step.
Oh, okay.
And there was like a few people that kind of peeped me out, but well, one of them includes my teacher, but but but
Uh-huh.
yeah, but she liked my style. She was like, yeah, I'm like my style, but then you're like, okay, yeah, but then she's like, okay, once you get in my class, I'm gonna clean you up. Come on, let's go ahead and get it going. Show you how it's done.
All right.
Yeah,
Clean you up.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was yeah. I mean, that was like kind of fun, like that doing that. But yeah, I
Nice.
wouldn't yeah. Just going to those events, like going there and going to Huntsville, because it was kind of cool, like meeting different people, just like certain people I wouldn't meet before, and yeah, it's kind of interesting. I'm like the the youngest, probably like the youngest stepper in my community, in Nashville. So it's like
Hmm.
so it's like I'm surrounded by people in they 40s and 50s. So I'm like, I mean, sometimes older, but most people are like in their 40s and 50s.
Yeah,
So
that's right. That's average. Uh-huh.
yeah, pretty much with that. I just sit there, I just gotta learn a lot, and just kind of build a family there, because more you're around certain people. I mean, you kind of form bonds. So
Yeah. They see you coming to grab your hand.
yeah, I go in there and be like, yeah, come on. I'll be able to say, come on, girl, let's go. She's like,
Uh-huh.
it's all right.
That's
Okay,
right. Get your back up
okay,
off the wall.
Dad, come on. uh, let's see. Chandra
That's
got a
right.
comment. Yeah, Chandra was asked me what was my. You got a question of me. What's my favorite spin step in? Huh. Let's see. Favorite spin step in. I guess. I would say probably between crushing cream and the Valentine's Day uh stepping event that I had on that I did at Carolyn, I mean, which you could probably see. It's like episode 4 of like third of the Carolyn that I had on my channel, where I danced with both ladies, but I guess like the video for some reason didn't get one of them. So like the two ladies in the you can see in the video, like I danced both of them, and I mean, had a lot of fun, danced with everybody. I kind of like, I pretty much, got the crowd going, and people loving it. I had the crowd into it, dancing, moving, everything, even if they weren't steppers, they were in there doing their thing. I think at one point I had one woman request to dance with me, so I danced her, and like the two women that you see in there, they had I mean, it ended up being my Valentine's. So I'm like, because I mean, I think both of them were feeling me, but yeah. Yeah. So like, it's like when I walked them out, to their cars, or whatever. So yeah, they number two. I said I was gone there with no Valentine's, then number two Valentine's. I'm like, I mean, that had never happened to me before, but first time for everything. And I mean, when I said that, they didn't disagree. So so yeah, that was fun. But
I'm sure.
I'm sure you probably have a pretty sure you have a story of your own about like something that you really remember, stepping.
Mm, if I do, it's buried so deep. Um, if you would want to call, when you were talking about a good dance, in class,
Yeah,
it was this guy that he was just after dancing with all the younger ladies. That's all he was looking at, and he had to team up with with me, and he wasn't all that happy about it, and he just did what he, just the bare minimum, and of course, it wasn't a good dance. But
yeah.
that's the only thing that stood out, other than learning, as far as something memorable and that I really enjoy.
So you had what my teacher called like the victim dance. You were the victim.
Oh, okay. Well, that was me then. Yeah,
Yeah, he's like, yeah, back then, yeah, you the victim. You. She was like, yeah, sometimes you have to be the
yeah.
victim.
And I still remember what that guy looks like. Nicknamed him James Brown because he had, slick hair, and he was an much older guy. He was, I said he was in his 60s,
Huh.
and yeah, and he was there. He wanted to mess with all the young, pretty ladies. That's all he was interested in.
So what were you say your 20s or were you older
Yeah, I was
than?
right at 30, but I wasn't young enough and pretty enough for him.
Oh yeah. I do notice sometimes like yeah, if it's like a pretty and very attractive lady. Yeah, yeah. I usually like a lot of the older guys. I mean, or a lot of guys would want to dance with her. And I'm like, I get it.
Hmm.
But I mean, me. I mean, I'll try to. I'll dance. If I have a fun dance with you, I'm gonna really want to dance with you. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
have fun dancing. That would be and that would if had a good time. Like I mean, that's really what I mean. As far as dancing for me, it's about connecting with one another. So it's like, yeah, if I got that good connection with you, I want to keep dancing. I don't mind keep dancing with you. So I mean, you can. I mean, I know some women that be considered attractive. That I would never want to dance with again. Because I mean,
Mm,
if they had, either like they dance and like you kind of feel like they don't. You kind of feel that they don't really want to dance with you. It's like I don't get why you had to. I don't get why you felt like dancing. Like hey, we can. You know, cause like something. I mean, yeah, I'm switching, going complete thoughts, but pretty much, if I don't get why you want to dance, if you want to dance, then you can just say it so, and then after that, I could be dancing with somebody else. You feel like you wasted my time. You know,
that's true.
but I know my teacher be trying to tell me like, yeah, don't do that. You're not, yeah, you're not supposed to just tell a woman, you're not supposed to just end a dance with a woman. You don't feel like dancing with her. You got to finish the dance. I'm like, I don't know. I said I don't agree with that. But hear what you said, but I don't agree with it.
What you say? Who came up with that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm saying Showers got me. He said he had that soul glow, complete with the grease spots. I think
Hmm.
you're talking about the guy that you had mentioned earlier who was dancing with the younger lady.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Oh James.
Yeah, Soul Brother number one.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, did you? I mean, I know you say you learned the basics, and then like you were kind of tired and doing other stuff. So is there anything you learned besides I mean, the basics? I mean, how far did I know you say you didn't probably get too far, but how far did you get? I know you say you can't do like none of the fancier stuff, but
Yeah. It's nothing that was so I might have learned from my partner. He might have did something a little extra, and I just flowed with him. But if it's called a name or something, I don't know. Uh, but
uh,
far from any professional, I'm just able to be led with someone that I understand the cues. But as far as anything fancy, I can't say I know that.
okay. Like I don't even know if there's really names for a lot of moves. I know it's just like they'll have like what certain moves are called, like like spin somebody. They got like turns. They got they got turns, they got spins, and they'll have like call stroll going up and down, and the crossover, like stuff like that. But I don't know if there's any particular names
Hmm.
for certain moves. I mean, if they are, I never heard it before. But
Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of the names.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, I think we probably reminisce long enough. I mean, unless you got another story to add, I can get ready
That's
in the
all I got.
stream. Uh, all right. So I mean, let you have the final words, and we'll head on out.
Final word is thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate
keep dancing.
those people who yeah, yeah, keep on dancing. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
okay. but yeah, keep on dancing. But yeah, so yeah, man. And I forgot to get shouts on the last stream, but I don't remember who all came. But I'm gonna get a shout out to people who came. Shardra, of course, like see my name and then Shar, of course. But shout out to Shardra, Cyber Cursor, Raining Woman,
All right,
and
woman.
yeah, yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, appreciate those who came through and watched the stream, and we'll catch you the next one.
Peace.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yes, you do like yes, keep on dancing.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see y'all guys. See y'all later, and see you in the next one. Might see you around the YouTube streets, but but I gotta be in for the street lights come on. So yeah, I'll see y'all later,
Peace, everyone.
and thank y'all for watching. Holding bounds vibrations. See y'all later.